Hello, fellow modelers out there in YouTube land. This is Frankie Day back again on YouTube. This evening YouTube is I have a little shout out of 4 new kits that I just got at my local hobby shop. They're added to my stash, and they'll become future builds down the road. One of them will be a D-Day build, and the other 3 will be possibly another buddy build coming up, or a group build coming up down the road. Okay, fellas, I'm just rambling here a little bit. Before we get started here again, I'd like to thank everybody out there for your wonderful comments that you gave me my Lulu Bell, my Boyington F4U1D Corsair for Aaron and Alex's buddy build. And again, I'm very honored. Thank you very much, Aaron, and thank you very much, Alex, for letting me come aboard and everything, and can't wait to see Aaron's F4UD. And Colin did an excellent job on his. He'll probably have his finished real soon, and that'll be that. Okay, guys, we'll get to business now. Using my webcam on my computer right here, I'll present this kind of inbox review. You know, a little shout out, just something different. Tomorrow I should have a video of my Cessna Bobcat, tomorrow's Songbird, the bamboo bomber. I shall have another video of that tomorrow, an update, and you guys will let you know what's shaking on that. So far, all the group builds I've done has all been completed, so right now I'm working on my personal build right now, my Songbird. So anyway, I want to get these going right here, fellas. I went to the hobby shop to see if I can get some modeling supplies. And I got my naval pension and everything like that from good old Uncle Sam. I went to my favorite hobby shop. And Don said, Frankie, it's your lucky day today. I got some stuff here you haven't seen for years. I go, well, spring it on me. I'd like to take a look at it. So starting with this right here. A lot of you young modelers out there probably have never seen these before. But you got a lot of the elderly modelers out there, fellas close to my age, perhaps a lot more younger, have been around. Say, oh yeah, I remember that kit. I remember that. So do I. And it cost 49 cents. This kit came out back in 1959. This is a reissue by Lindbergh. They're starting to bring out all these old kits. This is a Q ship, guys, which is a decoy ship. This is a 1918 tramp steamer. It could be a Theodore Ferris wooden cargo ship. This is 410 feet long. It's a typical 1918 tramp steamer. It's probably English made. And during the First World War, a lot of tonnage was being sunk by the U-boats. That was the event in the heyday of the U-boats. The U-boats were first introduced back in the First World War. And they were very successful at it too, and their designs achieved very, very immensely. And they were sinking a lot of merchant ships out there. So the merchant marines decided to arm these steamers with 3-inch or 5-inch open mount guns, hid away inside on a deck house. That's a palisade deck house. And a lot of U-boats. Captains back at that day, at the era, even World War II, they made sure that the merchantmen got off the ship safely. They heaved to on a jolly boat or a Mike boat. They threw them bread, threw them little provisions so they get rescued by whoever, and they sunk the ship. And some were just either torpedoed or shelled. But preferably, most of the merchantmen were. Their lives were valued pretty much, so they actually put them on a boat over the side, and they finished on the ship by deck guns. And the kit here itself is it's a very small kit. It's scale odd box scale. Incidentally, this kit came motorized. This one doesn't. When this kit first came out, it was powered by 2 D-sized batteries that were the power source for this, and this thing really went in the water real good too. especially anchor deep water. I wouldn't want to put it in anything deeper than ankle deep. But that makes a good sailor for a radio control buff. With these small servos got nowadays, and electronics involved nowadays, nothing's impossible. Nothing can't be done. So, anyway, I'm going to add this to probably one of my builds. And this thing is too early for D-Day. And I'll more or less probably build this as a diorama of a pig boat getting alongside, ready to finish her off. Painted and dazzle paint schedule what they wore during World War I. Upon opening the kit, one was greeted with one big old baggie full of ancient parts. Parts that I haven't seen with my own eyes at least for 50 plus something years. And this baggie here contains all the sprues and pieces. The hull comes in the right section and left section. It comes with two sections. They got to be glued together. And the deck section is entirely in a hole. Then you got your 01 level, 02 level, which is all connected to your superstructures. Also your derricks, which is your fore and aft 20-ton cargo booms. They're all made as one. So there's going to be a lot of scratch building to be done to this model when I get to it. So that's down the road, fellas. And we're going to make a kind of fast box view. I don't want to tie this thing up too long and bore everybody. But anyway, this is the kit right here. This is a Lindbergh 1959 released, reissued Q-ship, decoy. It could be any kind of a ship. It's a 1918 tramp steamer. This part right over here, guys, right there, that right there is a bulkhead where it holds the electric motor. The electric motor closes inside of a motor mount built inside that wall right there. Then you got a battery compartment where you put your 2D-sized batteries and a switch off and on. It was a good pond sailor. I remember farting around with this thing one time when I was a Navy. Came home from leave a couple of times. I took it out there to a little runoff pond we had behind our house. My older brother got one side of the pond, I got inside the other pond. We sailed it back and forth for 2 or 3 hours. Eventually the battery took a dump on me, but anyway, that's that. Anyway, guys, that concludes the parts review of the Q-ship, the #1 kit I just got. I'm just getting excited, guys, like a kid on a Christmas tree. Here's the instructions to give you. It tells a little history of it, which is nothing. You can learn more about it on the internet. This is a typical 1918 English steamer. And it was painted all overall gray to represent a harmless merchantman, which he was. And once the U-boats went to the surface and ordered them to heave to, get off the ship and man your jolly boats, or we're going to finish you off. That's when they started putting those open mouths on them. And they sunk them well with U-boats that way too. And pretty soon they all got wise. They started using torpedoes instead of deck guns and heave to. This is new. The instructions are treated very, very oddly compared to the original instructions. The original instructions, this kit, guys, as I can remember, if my memory serves me correctly, the instructions were in 4 different languages, and they were glossier, and there were actual pictures of the assembly of the model that you're building, which was it made follow the pictures and hell with reading so simple. But anyway, guys, this is their new release of this kit, which has been around since Titanic went down. You got your parts list over here. Starting out with your hull, like I say, you got 2 halves right there. And you got your deck, and you got your 20-ton cargo booms or derricks on there. Not very many parts, fellas. Anyway, like I say, it's going to take a lot of scratch here and there, a lot of extra work to make this to polish an old turd like this thing is. But I've never had this thing a long time ago, and it makes a dandy of a model and good for collection too. It's a one of a kind, and it's nothing fictitious about it. It's just a typical 1918 cargo steamer, and it was converted to a decoy ship. Lure the submarines to the surface and finish them off with their deck guns. And so, in general, it worked that way quite successfully. Anyway, fellas, I highly recommend it to anybody who likes to build model ship kits and stuff. And the back side is the same thing as the front side. and they give you, as you get closer to the camera here, you can see the picture of the kit being built. What it looks like when it's done. Test shot. Okay, that's over here. This is going to be for Russell Gosling's D-Day build. I'll probably get hot on this probably another week or two. And I take my time. I'm going to do a lot of sketch building this also. I'm very happy and very pleased that Lindbergh brought this old relic back out. I haven't seen this in ages. Probably about as long as 50 years. This too was motorized. This is the LCI, Landing Craft Infantry. It was used during D-Day. They used it during the South Pacific. It had a length of 212 feet long. It was like an LST. You had an aft windlass right behind the aft superstructure. You drop your hook over on the beach like that, and once the anchor loose, the anchor sunk into the sand, the ship itself would run aground. Open up your bow doors and also your gangways for the Marines to deploy from the LCI. When it's time for this to get underway, you take your screws hard to stern, you take your windlass, you pull your anchor. Your anchor has got that sand, it'll pull that ship right out of there as your screws are turning. And also, the bottom of the screws, you got skegs on the bottom to keep the screws from getting damaged from coral, rocks, or whatever. Anyway, guys, these LCIs were used pretty much during D-Day. They're very effective. You know, the bow doors will open up without small artillery like cannon, howitzers, a weasel, maybe a half track or so, not very much, not much compared to an LST we carry. Crew figures, uncertainty. It probably comes a couple. Remember, we always had a few crew figures. But the kit with this magnitude and its design, I don't think this thing came with any crew figures. But once upon a time, this ship too, like my decoy ship, it was motorized as well, and it was a good fine pond sailor too. Okay. Open up the kit right here real quick. Like that of the decoy ship, you greet it with one big old baggie full of sprues. And the hull also comes in two pieces. It comes in halves. It looks like it's about 15 or 16 inches long. Not very many parts. Surprisingly enough, it's an LCI, no mistake about it. But there's going to be a lot of scratch built done on it when I get finished with it. It's going to be painted painted with a South Pacific green, like that, a PT-109, and also a dark gray camo. I might make a diagram out of that, fellas. You never know what old Frankie Day will do. Anyway, guys, like I say, you open the kit. You're greeted with a big old baggie full of parts. Looks like about 2 sprues in there full of parts, miscellaneous parts. And that'd be that on that one. And the instructions are pretty much the same as the instructions on the Q ship. Graded with a 2 or 3 page instruction manual here. Lindbergh line established since 1933, which is true. Has symbols, do's and don'ts, and color call-outs for the paint schedule you're going to use on it. Again, over here, you got your parts list right there. If you're in doubt, you're going to stay out, compare the sprues with the parts list over here, then you know where you're at. It's all broke down by sub-assembly wise, fellas. And this is going to be a real detailed model. I'll get it all squared away when we get to it. And it's a very interesting subject for the group build. One of the kind. That's one thing for certain. Okay, that terminates the Lindbergh LCI. Well, that's 2 old farts of wind right there I haven't seen in 50 years. I'm sure glad these guys, I'm sure glad Lindbergh, these old companies are bringing up these old kits. Because I'm really going back in time every time I see these kits, fellas, you know. And it means a lot to me because I like me and Pete and a lot of other fellas out there, you know, we grew up with stuff like this, and it was the greatest thing in the world. is very inferior nowadays to the young modelers, but us old fellas, we relish the memorella from it. So that's for us, you know, and also for you. Okay, here's another one. I haven't seen this since 1966. Hawk Model Company now. Now they're back in view now, which is very excellent. I'm happy about this. And I bought 2 of them. And each one of these kits, those 2 kits right there, they list for $17.95 a piece. I got them for $10 a shot, so I got $20 for old new reissue kits. I'm very happy. Right here, this is the re-release, reissued, the new boxing of the Hawk, which is the company that designed this airplane and produced this airplane. It's 1/48 scale. This is the Lizzie, the Lysander, the Commando aircraft, and this is 1/48 scale, and it's truly a dandy of a kit. I mean, the kit's molded in white sprues, and we'll get to that after we discuss the airplane itself in the kit. This is a new one, folks. I have never seen this thing in many years. I mean, I tell you, I'm astounded. I'm very much astounded, and I'm stifled. And furthermore, they made a kit just like this right here, all chrome one time. And Pete, he remembers those. You got the old, they made the chrome P-51 Mustang, which was an excellent kit. The F-104 man of the missile, Starfighter, they made that one, all chrome. The Lysander, all chrome. And they made the T-33, a Lockheed T-33. They made that all chrome. And it was beautiful. I mean, it just shined. You actually can shave off the wings. And that'd be a very nice, good bonus if they brought that back. I wouldn't mind sampling some of those kits again. Anyway, this is the box that comes in, guys. This is pretty much close to the original box that this kit came in, was first produced. It came out in, I believe it's in the spring of 1963. That's when it first came out. They came out with this kit here, and by and by the way, it was 1965, they came out with a custom chrome one. Of course, it cost about 50 cents more, but this kit at the time retailed at $1.29. That's how much the kit costs. Now, this kit retails for $17.95. Again, I got this thing for $10. We'll open up the box, guys. We'll review the parts and the instructions. I never checked the fit of all the parts yet, guys. I opened up the baggie, looked at the screws, and kind of reminisced, went back in time a little bit and remember it. Except one thing, the plastic was white coming out of this new reissue of the kit. It was all green from the original kit itself. Okay, what's your once the box is open, you're greeted with a baggie again, with sprues of parts for the Lysander. Now you got your wings on here. The high detail, you can see the fabric on there, and there's a lot of the detail is very excellent for the time for many years ago when this kit was released. I mean, detail back in those days, those kits need polishing. There was too much rivets and everything like that. It symbolized realism like steel, you know, but of course, as technology provides, as modelers learn as we go along, it wasn't such the case. So you can recess panel lines. This kit does have recessed panel lines. Unbelievable for a kit that's, oh, good gravy, 44, 46, 47 years old. And it comes with 2 crew figures. And the power plant is probably a Pegasus that the English used. Radial engine, that's all it is. It gives you one engine right here, built into the firewall. And I believe, and truly, this is not the only 1/48 scale Western Lysander kit that is out there at the time. I could be wrong. Might be a couple others out there that I'm aware of. If so, I stand corrected. But to my knowledgeability, this only one exists. And inside this bag, it contains 3 sprues. Each sprue contains miscellaneous parts. And clear parts running loose as a wild man. I got to put those in the baggie because I don't like them running loose because they get scratched up, fellas. You know how it is. It don't take much to scratch up clear acetate plastic. You breathe on it the wrong way, you can fog it for life. But the plastic in it is pretty clear. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Probably a little future on it. That'll spruce it up a little bit. Okay, guys, we get to the instructions now. Again, you're greeted with the history, do's and don'ts, language, bilingual. And the original kit by Hawk was also like that of the Limber kits. It was all glossy. The instructions were all glossy. Everything was pictorial, using actual assembly test shots of the model being built before your eyes. And on the back of the paint schedule on it. Underneath the left side of the wing is black. The other side of the right side of the wing, bottom wing, is white. And the camo is dark earth and dark green. And I've seen some Lizzies out there that are all black with dark sea gray on top with dark green, feathering out with the dark sea gray. And I've seen some Lysanders, because I had a radio control when I built one time. It was all dark earth, dark green, with sky underside. And anyway, that's that. The decals here are not bad. They're pretty much on the thick side. The Walther's decal solution I have will tone that down right to the plastic. Also, you got right here, you got your instrument panel decal. And you got there on your radio operators panel right there too. That's a good little touch. Decals are okay, fellas. It's going to make an interesting build. Who knows, somebody might get a recon build going on or something like that. I can join in with this. Okay, guys, this is the killer diller right here. It terminates 3 of my inbox reviews so far. Lastly, I didn't get off cheap this time, guys. I had to pay out the yin yang with this one. 70 bucks. IPMS, Buckeye, and also your Buckeye card, your senior citizen card, get a little off. Not much help, but I'm up that tight, so I want it, and I paid the price, so I got to pay my dues to the Asian brothers. I broke down and got this here. This is the 1/48 scale Tamaya string bag, very sportfish torpedo bomber. Now, it said the clear edition. I was kind of stumped. I said, the clear. I says, oh, the whole damn thing ain't clear plastic. Which is true and not true. So, between opening the box, they give you 2 sprues. The whole nest sail, the engine cowling assembly, the right and the left fuselage halves are all clear plastic. Like that of the old Monogram Visible B-17. You actually can see right through it and see the inside of the parts. That was designed for it. But it was optional. It's optional in the kit. If you elect not to do that, discard that, and just use the other fuselage, which is all molded in gray plastic. Excuse me. So, that's a good plus right there. It can swing both ways to your delight. If you care to preserve all that detail and all the work you put into it, which this kit has a lot of detail into it. So, we've got my 2 thumbs of approval already. So, anyway, we'll open the box real quick and we'll go through the box. Get here. Pushing 24 minutes, fellas. I don't want to bore nobody out here, though, but I'm excited. The instructions are written in English and Japanese. Almost like that, Hasagawa kit. The instruction manual is very detailed. This is the one I'm going to be building right here. It's going to be like a slate gray, and the X of sea gray, and the bottom will be all sky color. This one here is probably I think Taranto, when the very swordfish earned its name as the most mainstay of the Royal Navy torpedo bomber, is when they sunk all the Italian battleships out there. All similar to that at Pearl Harbor. That's where the Japanese got the idea. They got to thank them. You know something? The English had these ancient biplanes with torpedoes, and they sunk those battleships. They took them down. We can do the same, but using a monoplane instead of a biplane. Much food for thought there. That's exactly what it turned out to. Anyway, guys, this is a very beautiful airplane. And the instructions, I can go on instructions, but I don't want to do this video here. And everybody's got this kit, understands where I'm coming from. This thing here, you just load it, and they give you. At first, I had the impression that photo etch parts came with this kit because they had a side sample on the box art. Incidentally, it's right here. And I thought that was included, so no wonder this thing cost $70-something. But to my surprise, I was wrong. So that's got to be purchased separately. I may have to do that just for this kit. If not, I have to do some research. I could probably do another route. But anyway, folks, it'll be a while before I get to this. So if a swordfish build comes up, this kit will be elected for that group build. Anyway, guys, the instructions are they're in English, and also they're in Japanese, and they're highly detailed instructions. And the parts are, this model is just a dream come true. Okay, guys, getting back to the clear parts now. This is what I was talking about a while ago. Now, see that? That is a whole fuselage assembly, right? And the left and right halves of the fuselage. Even the pilots are clear. Now, these pilots are. Panzer Bill would love to get his paintbrush on one of these. I know darn well he would. I mean, he'd be in hog heaven with this. Hey, Panzer Bill, this is for you, buddy. Right here. The propeller's all clear. You got your cabin struts are all clear. You got your brace plate for your top of your folding wings. As the wings, they trice back. They don't fold up like the United States does. They trice back, which is excellent invention. Matter of fact, the Martin T4 torpedo bomber did the same thing, like that of the first swordfish. So we got that from the English. Anyway, guys, if you want to build all the cockpit detail and want to save all the work of people, see your wonderful craftsmanship that you employed into that build, use this. You'll be surprised. It comes with 2 screws here, are clear. Even the engine parts are all clear. Even the cockpit floor is all clear. The top of the basement of the canopy is all clear. Also, your lingeries inside your canopy tub is all clear. Man, that's next thing to rocket science. Anyway, guys, getting back to the build here now. If you decide you don't want to use the clear canopy, the clear fuselage, which I'm not going to use, I'm not going to throw it away, but I'll just keep it in my spare parts box. Maybe perhaps one of you great fellows out there would like to be able to use that for your swordfish build, like you decide you want to show the good parts or like that. I'll send them your way. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this up like the way it's supposed to be. I'm going to use this. This is the same sprue like I just showed you, except it's not clear. It's all gray styrene. You got one sprue, and also you got your clear parts are inside of a separate baggie inside this baggie, as you can see.
Here's the small baggie here, contains clear parts, which is inside this here. Baggie number 2 has 2 screws. Excuse me, fellas. It has the armament, has the bombs on it, along with the bomb racks, the center and bottom wing sections, and a variety of small parts. A lot of small parts, fellas. Baggie number 3 contains 2 sprues, the undercarriage, tires, the wings, probably top and bottom wing, last baggie here, top wing, has the longerons right here for the canopy tub right here. This is where your cockpit fits at. All that can be seen if you use the clear fuselage, as I showed you on the first sprue of the kit. And all that passenger shit can be preserved. Anyway, guys, the engine comes with, you got your crankcase right there. You got your governor ring right there. You got your cowl right there. And you got your engine cylinders. This is truly going to be a beautiful model. Also, lastly, for the decals, they're inside of a baggie. They look pretty good from what I can see from the light. But they're good decals. I don't want to take them out of the thing here, fellas. You know, I don't want to get them all scratched up. So anyway, guys, that terminates the inbox review shout-out of 4 kits going to be added to my stash, and they're going to be saved like the rest of my stash for future group builds, which are coming around the corner, and they're getting better all the time. Keeps me busy, keeps me happy, keeps me out of trouble, and it keeps me interested. Anyway, guys, I've been down here, I've been on this thing for 32 minutes, as long as I've ever been on here. I don't want to put nobody to sleep. And I'd like to thank everybody again for tuning in. This is the end of the video right here I'm going to do. And so please stay tuned tomorrow. I have the video of my songbird tomorrow, and have that out. And I might make an inbox review of another kit I can build that'll supplement next to my songbird. So this is Frankie Day signing off. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. May God bless. And enjoy this wonderful weather that God's bringing us right now. Because old man Winters, he's out of breath. He's blown out. He's going somewhere else to do some blowing. A good winter's coming this way. Be a lot of outside activities. I for one of them. I'll take my camcorder out there to the lake and take my sunwood out for a good sail and video that. And post on here for you good fellas to see you. So I got some good chase for you boys out there. And again, I'd like to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for your wonderful comments and your time that you spend watching my videos. I'm very honored to each one of you. And may God bless. I love all you guys. You guys take care. And catch you next video, boys. Bye, man.